A young man stands alone in a field, 17 years old, favored, hated. His name is Joseph. His brothers strip him of his robe. They throw him into a pit. They sell him into slavery. And yet, from that pit rises a tribe that will one day carry half the weight of Israel. This is the story of the tribe of Joseph. Joseph was the 11th son of Jacob, later called Israel. But he wasn't just another son. He was the firstborn of Rachel, Jacob's beloved wife. That mattered. When famine struck the ancient world, Joseph was no longer a slave. He was governor of Egypt, second only to Pharaoh. Through wisdom and suffering, God positioned him to save nations, including his own family. When Jacob and his sons came down to Egypt during the famine, Genesis 46, they survived because of Joseph, and from Joseph would come not one tribe, but two. Near the end of his life, Jacob does something unusual. He calls Joseph's two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh. Instead of blessing Joseph directly, Jacob adopts the boys as his own sons.
Ephraim and Manasseh shall be mine, as Reuben and Simeon are mine.
Genesis 48. That statement is massive. It means Joseph receives a double portion of inheritance. In Israel, the double portion belonged to the firstborn. Joseph wasn't the firstborn by birth. Reuben was. But because of Reuben's failure, Genesis 35:22, that birthright shifted. Joseph becomes the carrier of the firstborn blessing. And the tribe of Joseph becomes two tribes. Ephraim, Manasseh. Joseph's legacy literally doubles. When Israel enters the promised land under Joshua, the land is divided. Manasseh does something unique. Half the tribe settles east of the Jordan River, half settles west. Joseph's descendants stretch across the map, geographically divided, but still one lineage. It's almost symbolic. Joseph's life was divided too, son and slave, prisoner and ruler, betrayed and exalted. Division never stopped his destiny. Over time, Ephraim becomes powerful. So powerful that sometimes the northern kingdom of Israel is simply called Ephraim. Joshua himself, the leader who brought Israel into the promised land, came from the tribe of Ephraim. Numbers 13:8. Leadership, influence, authority. The double portion wasn't symbolic, it showed up in history. Here's where it gets sobering. After King Solomon's reign, the kingdom splits. The northern kingdom, largely led by Ephraim, turns to idolatry. Golden calves are set up in Bethel and Dan, 1 Kings 12. The tribe that carried Joseph's double blessing begins drifting from the covenant, and eventually the northern kingdom falls to Assyria in 722 BC. Power didn't protect them, heritage didn't save them, legacy must be guarded. What made Joseph great wasn't territory, it wasn't numbers, it wasn't influence, it was character. Genesis 50:20 records his words to his brothers, "You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good." That sentence built a tribe. That perspective shaped a nation. Joseph's greatest inheritance wasn't land, it was a mindset. In Deuteronomy 33, Moses blesses Joseph's descendants with abundance, with the precious things of heaven, with the deep that lies beneath. It's language of overflow, fruitfulness, strength. Joseph's tribe was meant to flourish, and for generations it did. The tribe of Joseph teaches us something powerful. Your suffering does not disqualify your legacy. Joseph's lowest moments became the foundation of a double inheritance. But it also teaches this: blessing can be multiplied and still be misused. The tribe that carried the birthright eventually lost its kingdom. And Scripture turns it into a warning and a hope, because even after exile, God still remembers Joseph.